Hello, I'm Tabletop Editor Joe Parlock, and today we are taking a look at something very exciting. Universus, who do stuff like My Hero Academia, Critical Role, they do Attack on Titan, they did Street Fighter back in the day, they do all sorts of different themed sets for their game. Their game's TCG, the IP Soup game, and it's brilliant. They have sent over the Cowboy Bebop Challenger series to take a look at. Yeah, so this set it's part of a two-part set with Cowboy Bebop and Trigun Stampede. Today we're just going to take a look at the Cowboy Bebop deck and see what's in it. Both decks are designed more for intermediate players. If you wanted something that was for brand new starters, you want to have a look at something like a Clash deck. But you can still play these if you're new. It's perfectly fun. They're fully playable, pre-constructed decks, and they come with a 6-card collector booster, which has like alternate art foils in them to make them even fancier. The thing with Universus is you can mix and match. So if you got these, you could play them with My Hero Academia cards. You could play them with Critical Role. Actually, there is a case to be made that you might want to play some of these with the Critical Role decks. But if you would rather keep them all distinct, you totally can do that as well. So we're going to have a look at the Cowboy Bebop one first, and then we'll get on to Trigun. So in the box, you get your 60-card deck. I'm intentionally hiding the cards for now. You get a little booklet, which has the card gallery. It's also got a little scanny-doo for finding how to play. And you get the collector booster pack, which has the 6 alt art foil cards. So this is the really exciting bit. So we're going to start off. We're not going to look through the little booklet because we've got the cards right here. Just like My Hero Academia, just like Critical Role, just like they're doing Godzilla this year, they're doing Attack on Titan this year. You can play Universes all in one deck. So you can mix and match. You could have Cowboy Bebop, and you could have Trigun, and you could have My Hero Academia, and you could have, from way back in the day, you could have stuff like Soul Calibur and Street Fighter. You could have all of those in one deck. The only rule, really, other than, I think, Mega Man. I don't think you're allowed the Mega Man cards in some decks, possibly. But the only rule, really, is whether or not they fit your character card. So if you play Magic the Gathering's Commander format, you will have a very good idea what character cards in Universus do. You pick a character, they decide everything from the size of your hand to your life total, and you can only play cards in the deck that have at least one of these three. One of these three. Let's just... There we go. So you got the, I don't know the names for them, but the green, the teal, the blue. If any card in your deck has to match at least one of these, you can play it. Simple enough. The cool thing about Universes in particular is that whereas other games they set stuff like hand size and life total and all that sort of thing before, your character card decides that for you. So someone else could have one where their hand is 4 or 8 or whatever, or their life total's a lot lower. So it makes for a bit more of a asymmetrical type deal. So we've got Spike Bounty Hunter is the main face of this, because of course he is. He's Spike. You can flip one foundation, which is your resource pool basically, and if this attack deals damage, you draw one card, and your attacks get +1 speed and +1 damage for every 3 face-down cards in your foundation. Three face-down foundations in your stage, sorry. So it's kind of rampy. You're behooved to get a large foundation just so Spike can hit harder. It's neat. I will admit, my knowledge of Universes isn't massive. I've played a little bit of it since opening Jetburn, but it is a really cool game. Like it's one of those ones that I think is slept on quite a lot. So our second character card leading this is Fae Queen of Hearts. So like Spike, she's got the teal and the blue. but she's got the pink. These all have actual names. I just can't for the life of me remember what they are. But so it means every card in this deck has got either a teal or a blue in it. So with Fae, you can flip one foundation to give an attack +2 or -2 damage, or as a response, you can commit it, which is like tapping basically. After your attack deals damage, add the top card of your discard pile to your hand. So it's recursion. You can get things back. You can keep playing stuff. It's an interesting, different way of using. They're both based on getting a lot of resources. Both Spike and Fae. They're both about building up either your foundation, your stage, or your discard, getting as much out of it as you can. They're bounty hunters. Of course they're going to do that. So they're the two character cards that lead the deck. So now we've got the deck itself. I'm going to do this one card at a time because... So we've got Spaceland, and we have 2 copies of Spaceland. If there are 10 or more face-down foundations in both players' stages combined, this attack is unblockable. End this enhanced step. And then, as an enhance on a rival's turn, you can remove it to ready 3 face-down foundations. So it's a way of sort of surprising your opponent. Like, you think I'm all tapped out? Here you go, Spaceland. Oh, we got the boy himself. We got Ein. You can commit it. If you have 3 or more face-down foundations, you draw a card. And then when you attack, if you commit it, if you have 8 or more face-down foundations, your rival discards a card. Hand destruction. Always love a bit of hand destruction. Fallen Angel's Revenge. Now that is a cool last card. So you can discard 1 momentum to unflip 2 foundations. Momentum's a big part of Universus. It's, as you play a card, you have to do a difficulty check on it. So if you played Fallen Angel's Revenge and then you checked it against another Fallen Angels, you wouldn't win it. And then momentum, momentum is how you keep playing bigger and bigger stuff. Split second standoff. So if it's as your first enhance, this attack gets 2 speed, and if you have 8 or more face down foundations, you double the attack speed, which is gnarly. That is, so you can make it 7 and you can make it 14. Leaving the Bebop. So you can flip and discard 1 momentum to mill cards from your deck until you mill an attack. Add the milled card to your hand. The foiling on these is really nice. You see this sort of surge foiling quite a bit in TCGs these days, but this does it really nicely. Really, it isn't too much. Fateful Meeting. Now that art is awesome. Remove it. After you take any damage from an unblocked attack, your rival loses 3 health. Can't take them out. You can't win the game with this, but you can get them awfully close. So most cards have multiple copies in it, just because. Best way to fit them all on the screen. Just because, this is a fully playable deck, you want to have synergy, you want reliability. So we got Questioning Threat, flip a foundation to give the attack +3 speed. With Deadlock Enhance, your next check to play a card gets +5. And you can only do deadlocks if your rival has 10 foundations in their stage. So if your opponent is way ahead on the resource game, or if the game is drawn on a lot, then you can use the deadlock to get an advantage out of it. Falling Heel Strike. Oh, there's only 3 copies of this one. So yeah, Universus does use art just from the anime, which personally I prefer like original art, but I think stuff like this, it makes it look more nostalgic. It makes it look, it has that 90s anime flair to it, which I love. You can unflip foundation to give this +2 speed. And it's got stun, so you can enhance it and your rival has to commit a foundation. Good way of tapping down their resources. Possibly the most famous fight scene in anime. High roundhouse kick. Discard a momentum card. This attack gets +5 damage. And it's just a kick. Just a kick. But it's a high roundhouse kick. It's just... If you were into anime in the early noughties, this was the dopest thing ever. Three copies of Hunter's Pursuit. If you have 3 or more face down foundations, your next attack gets -2 difficulty. And it's got EX2, so you can enhance and discard 1 or more momentum. This attack gets +2 speed for each momentum card used to pay the cost of the ability. So ditch a load of momentum, make it a lot faster. We have 4 copies of Jaw Jammer. You can enhance to destroy 1 face down foundation. This attack gets +4 damage. So I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure if that means you can destroy your opponent's foundation with it. If you can, that is very, very good. Because that's denying resources and buffing your own thing. If it's your own foundations, still decent, but blowing up someone else's foundation, mwah. God. 3 copies of Ending the Dream. Again, another... Like, Cowboy Bebop is one of the most iconic anime of all time. And this is one of the most iconic scenes from it. You can destroy it. You can enhance and destroy to give your attack +4 damage. This one is a foundation, so you would destroy this yourself. You'd sacrifice this to give it another attack 4 damage. So if it's just what you need just to cinch a victory, why not? We have 4 copies of Fast Friendship. Flip it, this attack gets -2 speed. If you have more face down foundations than your rival, this attack gets -3 speed instead. So if your opponent's trying to come at you with a speedy attack, you can flip this to slow down their attack enough. And again, the whole thing with Spike is having lots of foundations, so you're likely going to have more foundations than your opponent. We have 4 copies of Finally Awake. Put it over there. Commit a foundation. Your attacks, either your red or your orange attacks get +1 speed and +1 damage. That is referring specifically to, so for example on Jaw Jammer, that's a red one. So I can commit a foundation to give this +1 speed, +1 damage. Very nice. Got Light It Up. With Spike being doofy, like a lot of these cards are showing Spike being an absolute badass, but he is a bit of a goofball, so I quite like the art on this one. Don't leave things in the fridge. I like the little flavour text there. You can enhance it if you have more face down foundations than your rival. Your attack gets +1 damage. So this is an earlier gameplay. It isn't a massive effect, but it's something. Nothing like Andy. Again, more slightly goofy, slightly badass Spike. After you block with this card, remove it. So it's cheap, but it's got a big block, but you can only use it once. Is that a trade-off you'd want? Probably, because I mean it's only one. And foundations are used for other things as well, so it's a good way of filling up your foundation. We have 4 copies of Sing for Me. Sing, my angel. So you can enhance this one to commit and discard a momentum to gain 2 health and draw a card. Gaining health is good. Gaining health, I mean, Spike's 29. The thing with Universus is you can't go over 29. This isn't like Magic where you could just get infinite life. Like, if you're at 29, this wouldn't be a good thing to commit at the start, but if you're down against the ropes, if it's coming down to it, it's a nice little get out of jail. Skeptical. After you flip a foundation, ready this foundation. This ability is playable while it's committed, so well, of course it would be, or else it wouldn't be able to ready it. Yeah, it's just a good way to keep resources up. Just a neat way of making sure all your foundations are as usable as they possibly can be. And then the final card, Syndicate Target. We've got 4 copies of this. So after you play this card as a block, you lose health. So, but it does cost 0 and it blocks for 6. So it's a big blocker, but there is a downside. It's a bit like the other one. That one blocked for 5 and you had to destroy it. Is 0, even if you are taking damage, is that good enough? Probably. So yeah, that is the Cowboy Bebop deck. It's got some really cool moments in it. It's got a lot of what you would remember from Cowboy Bebop, even if you haven't watched it in a long time. Like, you've got the awesome moments like Finally Awake. You got Ayn. You got Spike Siegel being awesome. You got the kick. The other kick. It's a fun deck. Like, I haven't seen Cowboy Bebop in years. I didn't watch the Netflix thing. But even then, it's like, oh yeah, I remember this. So, now let's have a look at the Collector's Booster. This has 6 cards. They're alt art, alt foil. Just alt art, regular foil. I don't know if that means they are the same ones for everybody, or whether it's random cards in this have alt art. But we'll go for it. So we have Jawjammer. With that really nice foiling. We have Fast Friendship. Look at those goofs. Also, I love the foiling on his metal. Now this is a cool one. Finally Awake, with the coolest noirist art possible. I love that. We've got Falling Heel Strike. Another one, because Spike is known for his ridiculously long legs and very high kicks. He's completely nonplussed about it. This dude's got long legs. Got Ending the Dream. Oh, that is cool art. I love the noiria, because Cowboy Bebop is noir as hell. So I love these more moody, atmospheric ones. And our final card is Leaving the Bebop. We've got Edenine. And this one you can really see the oil slicky foil style on it. That is very nice. So that is Cowboy Bebop. It is a fun deck. Like, I'd want to give this a go. You just build lots of resources, get cards back if you're playing with Fae. It hits all the right moments for Cowboy Bebop. Would I have liked to have seen, you know, Ed get an ally card, or what's it called, Jet Black get an ally card? Yeah, but I mean, look at Ein. What could you want? And it's not like they don't get appearances. Like, the whole crew is there, and it catches some of the best moments in the anime. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.